Hello, and welcome to Vegas October 1 Sounds. Tonight, I introduce the Hunter Chronicles, a series of videos focused on the analysis that Hunter UK and I had been working on prior to his recent death. These videos will focus primarily on that portion of the FIT report known as the Lock Interrogation Report, as presented in Appendix A and B. Of course, the LIR does not stand alone, and to successfully interpret the LIR, the remainder of the FIT report, MGM videos, witness statements, as well as other research is brought to bear and will be presented. I worked almost exclusively with Hunter in the past few months. He was the point man and go-between to a larger group including Las Vegas Shooting Archive, Michelle, Pointed Stick, and Eric Peters, and others I may not be aware of. Hunter had a long history in the community. The work of these channels and people has been, and I hope continue to be, a major element in the Hunter Chronicles. I thank them in advance. Each new video in the series will focus on a small portion of the Lock Interrogation Report I call chunks, a bite-sized portion that can be encapsulated and understood, a piece of the larger puzzle. There are currently 48 identified chunks, and together with background research, there is a tremendous amount of information to share. Now, my interpretation of events surrounding the October 1st shooting continues to evolve and to be refined as more information becomes available and the scope of analysis broadens. Along the way, I will of course share the opinions and alternate interpretations of others where appropriate, particularly those of Hunter UK. This is a work in progress, spurred by the untimely death of Hunter, which has forced me to get organized and share our work before it is lost. I miss Hunter every day. My last communications with him was January 25th when he wrote, telling me he had survived a miracle operation and expected to go home soon. To me, Hunter was always a gentleman, scholar, and friend. Between us, there was not a single day of drama or strife. He was tenacious, excruciatingly detailed, and a rational thinker. Sure, we often speculated to get our creative juices flowing, but always work intended for public consumption was solid and demanding of respect. Not too long ago, in June of 2020, Hunter and I teamed up to work on the October 1st shooting. We touched on many subjects ranging from the accidental discharge of room 135 to the lack of DNA evidence, and most efforts focused on the Lock Interrogation Report. Hunter had a nagging feeling of incompleteness. Sorry about that. Regarding the report, and wanted to deeply examine every aspect of the full report in minute detail, pulling in information from all places to explain every event and its causes. To that end, he and I daily conversed through video, email, and documents. Daily we did our analysis, created new ways of thinking about Paddock, the events in the Lock Interrogation Report, and things related. After I suspected that Hunter would not return to us, I immediately started efforts to archive communications between us and to move the projects we started towards some sort of conclusion. Yesterday I completed downloading, actually it wasn't yesterday, it was last week. Last week I completed downloading Hunter's unlisted videos shared with me and their corresponding transcripts, comments, etc. Earlier I had already downloaded and archived all emails and documents, so the raw archiving is complete. I have archived nearly all of the 350 plus videos between the two of us, 1,000 emails, and hundreds of documents. Unfortunately, Hunter had research not shared with me. He didn't want to sidetrack our project on the Lock Interrogation Report. That information is not available to me, not archived. Originally, we intended to focus on the last 48 hours of Paddock's movements, with bolt-ons, as he called them, to cover the remainder of the LIR. Ultimately, we realized that this was impossible to accurately interpret that it was impossible to interpret the last 48 hours without having substantial understanding of what came before. So the project expanded out and expanded and expanded. We recognized the need for further information, and given our proximity to the new upcoming FBI dump, collectively decided to delay releasing much of our work till after. We had yet to decide the content, form, or respective responsibilities. Hunter was always going to be the point and middleman in those endeavors. Hunter had 3 years of knowledge regarding rooms, locks, etc. I had always been focused on gunshot acoustics and mostly ignored the type of research Hunter had been pursuing. Oh, sure, like many, I anxiously awaited his next video, voraciously consumed it, but never owned the information of analysis Hunter presented. So when I started with Hunter, I had some catching up to do. As usual, I had to develop my own understanding of the LIR in my own way and without Hunter's biases. And I'll tell you more about that later. All right. So, in the little intro to this, you've seen pieces of what will come. Just glimpses into the massive amount of work that Hunter and I have put into interpreting the lock interrogation report. And I hope, given the state of affairs, that I can complete most of the work before the year ends. It is a large project, and it will get larger because of more information coming along. But I hope that you enjoy it, and with that, we'll catch you in the very first video, which is going to be on the room access cards.